Hello, students. Once again, you are most welcome here in this video. This time, we are going to proceed the poem My Mother at 66. In the last video, students, I had explained you the explanation of this poem, and now in this video, you are going to get the solution of the given question in the textbook. Now, let's see. The first question is, what is the kind of pain and ache that the poet feels? Means to say that in this poem, when the poet realizes a lot of pain and ache, pain and ache after seeing her mother, which type of the pain was? Now, let's see the answer. When the poet looks at her mother's face closely, she discovers that she has aged and her end is near. The feeling of her mother being old, needing care and help, pains the poet as there is no one to look after her. She feels that her mother can die any moment and that then she will lose her forever. Her childhood fear of losing her mother, which was then timely but now will be forever, resurfaces. The poet feels the pain of her mother's old age and her helplessness towards her. She has the fear of separating from her mother forever upon her death. Okay, so students, in this question, you will get many MCQ type of question also, uh, like that. You can get what is the main base of this poem, growing age. Growing age is the main base of the poem, and when the poet observes everything very clearly, the poet discovers everything very clearly when she is just sitting beside her, and what was the fear? The fear was in the poet's mind to lose her mother forever. This type of questions are included in this long question, and you can write it. Now, you see the second question. Why are the young trees described as sprinting? Sprinting means running fast. The young trees have been personified. Why? Why it is said personified? Because this is a part of personification. The figure of speech is here personification, and only a living thing, living thing can run. And here the trees have been also sold uh, as running fast. So when looked at from the poet's moving car, they seem to be running fast, and the poet found it to be strikingly. opposite to her mother, who looked as still as a dead body. Here, the sprinting of the trees indicates to the uh, poet's mother's pitiable condition, and on another side, uh, just from the poet's moving car, the trees seem to be running fast. So this is the dis- difference here about the trees growth, the trees development, and the trees activities, and about the mother's condition. Now we have to see question number 3. Why has the poet brought in the image of the married children spilling out of their homes? Let's see. The poet draws a comparison between what is traveling with her and what she can see outside. It's a comparison between life and death. Her mother is sleeping with mouth open like a dead body, while outside she can see children who are full of life, energy, and enthusiasm. Here, uh, the poet once again refers to her mother's condition, that the mother's mouth has been opened like a dead body, and she's unable to see anything at that time, as it seemed that she has lost in a dream. Why, when she noticed when she noticed to the children who were just coming from the houses very happily, it shows that the children were looking very happy. They were looking uh, growing up. They were looking very active at that time. But when she compared to her mother with those children, she finds that her mother is looking inactive, and uh, it seems that her mother's growing as is uh, moving towards the end of her life. Now, question number 5. Why has the mother been compared to the late winter's moon? Late winter's moon, you know that due to the effect of the frost, uh, everything is not visible during the winter time, and so the moon also looks very dim. So here, the mother condition is also looking very dim, very inactive. So here, the poet has compared to the mother's condition with the late winter's moon. Let's see. The answer is here. Uh, just as the late winter's moon is dull and lacks luster, so is her mother at the end stage of her life. Also, the late winter moon gets overshadowed by the fog and mist in the sky. Similarly, her mother can get overshadowed by death at any time. So both of them are nearing an end, one of season and the other of life. Okay, so means as I had explained you, due to the effect of the frost, as the moon looks unclear, moon looks dim, and it seems that at any time the fog will cover the moon and it will be disappear. The same condition is here. The A growing age has converted the mother's face, the body like ashen, and uh, it seemed that she will also move any time towards her end. So she has compared here her mother's condition like that late winter's moon. Now, the last question. What do the parting words of the poet and her smile signify? Parting words of the poet when she told her mother, smiling and smiling goodbye, and she departed from there. Let's see. The parting words of the poet shows her positive attitude. Shows her positive attitude. She overcomes her pain and fear, assures herself and her mother that they would meet again. She is being very brave, which is indicated by the use of repetition in the poem. Smile and smile and smile. This is the last line of the poem. Smile and smile and smile. And here the word smile has been used many times. So this indicates to the figure of speech repetition. And you see the answer that the mother departed from there with her mother in a very positive attitude. Finally, before it, she was afraid of due to her great fear and her pain, but finally she overcomes over it, and having a desire that they would meet again. Finally, she uh, departed from there. So, students, this is the textbook question answer for your chapter. You will pick out many points from these questions, and you can check it. Hope it will clear to you. Okay, goodbye.